Battle control initialized.
Hey people, 5 Aces here. Admiral at Sea 5 Aces that is, as we're hopefully about to kick off this week of OpenRA with some naval action. We've got a Soviet mirror at our hands here with Ukraine versus Ukraine, awesome. And this is gonna be King Seanston versus Point One. Now, we've heard of Point One before. Have you heard of King Seanston? Probably not. But always remember the cardinal rule of OpenRA. If there's a British IP involved and it's a player you've never heard before, there's roughly a 98% chance that it's an AMHOL Smurf, which is exactly what's going on here. We've got AMHOL parking his dog next to the oil barrels, you know. Wow, that takes out a good chunk of the oil derrick's health, by the way. As we're about to have some nice 1v1 face-off here. And the dog pulling back just in time to get murdered by a single rifle salvo, so rip. The dog opener probably not paying off. This is gonna be a really hefty fight over the derricks here. We've got Grenadiers out of Point One as well. That might be some cheese play coming in action right there. And round 2 from AMHOL. He's trying it again with another dog. Maybe this one is gonna stay in the line of duty a bit longer. Yep, provide some nice line of sight advantage here. Providing some sort of a line of sight advantage and a vantage point for his rifle infantry. Also, I'm so sad. Oh, too close for comfort. I'm so sad that the bark from Red Alert 3 didn't get implemented. Where in Red Alert 3, you would your dogs or bears could stun enemy infantry in range. So a very convincing early game so far out of Point One, who has managed to secure his oil derricks. And oh wow! The Grenadiers got gobbled up by an attack dog out of AMHOL. That's pretty cool. Didn't even hear the animation going off for the projectiles exploding. So still, now we're having a big advantage for AMHOL. Double ref versus double ref, yeah. So nothing too special here. That's probably Point One just rerouting his forces. But there is still the threat of the line of sight advantage from the dog. Let's see how this is gonna go. Should move forward, a bit of stutter stepping. By the way, people have asked me about what is stop micro. Basically, this is a part of stop micro where you have a line of sight advantage with the dog and you abuse it by moving your infantry forward cell by cell. You don't do just an attack move, because what happens is the attack dog has like twice the speed of a regular rifleman. So that just doesn't work. The dog would charge in first and would get killed. Anyway, we've gotten a nice set of kills here. Again, AMHOL just being outnumbered and Point One taking the advantage for himself. Engineer has to scurry, get the fuck out of town there. Get the hell out of Dodge. And finally the War Factory. The APC is for shock value, probably trying to counter a rifle-centric composition, but we've already gotten 2 rocket soldiers, so this all depends on the micro and whether or not the crushes are going to be good. First chunk of damage being taken here. Nah, doesn't look too good so far. He's trying to find the angle onto the rocket soldier. Ouch! Gets tangled up on his own rifle infantry, and there goes the advantage. Point One still taking this early game, still going strong here. And also going to recapture the oil derrick on Point One, so nice early fight of the derricks. Just excuse me for a second, I'm going to fix the settings here, because what I wanted to do is status bars always show. There we go. It's just for convenience sake. It's something I usually do when I'm playing, but then again it can be kind of distracting, so yeah, nah. Okay, let's do it back to standard. That works for me. Alright, we're up to 5 harvesters, pretty eco-heavy start. And AMHOL, honestly, up to 4 harvesters. Losing that early APC is just setting him back ever so slightly. So I'm expecting an early MCV out of Point One, and man, yes, we're seeing a sub-pen. That's what I was hoping for. So there's the first submarine. Nah, it's too fast. It's a transport, isn't it? Must be a transport indeed. Yep. And we've gotten the MCV's double MCV out of AMHOL. What is Point One opting for? Probably heavy tanks after this. He's someone who just loves the standard meta game with shoving a few heavy tanks up your opponent's arse, which has worked out fantastically for him. By the way, He's one of the new Red Alert Global League officials. Them being Blackened, Point One, and Jazz. As with the retirement out of So Scared. But he's come back from retirement to participate in one of my streams. There's, by the way, quick shout out. There's gonna be more streams. I'm hosting some 1v1 streams next week. From now on, it's probably gonna be a bi-weekly thing. Maybe we're gonna turn it into a weekly thing, simply because So Scared currently doesn't have the time. Nice. Point One stealing away, still retaining his oil derrick here, and the transport from AMHOL not gonna provide much more value, but he's already gotten what he wanted. This map, by the way, I didn't talk about the map. It's called Portent, and it's developed by Mo, who is spectating right now. And it's got a double gem mine here, so if Point One doesn't react quickly, this economical situation is gonna scale out of control. So what he needs to do is apply some pressure here. Obviously, he has no clue that this expansion is being taken. Like, why would you? The transport has not been revealed yet, has it? I check. No. Hasn't been revealed yet, and derricks provide very little line of sight support, so yeah, there's that. And super standard meta game out of Point One. Couple flak trucks, couple heavy tanks. You know, all that's needed for a healthy and balanced breakfast here. Oh, also, AMHOL also reclaiming the oil derricks here. Pretty nice haul, and there is no radar dome yet. If Point One had been faster on the tech rush, he could inflict some severe damage with a V2. But as it stands, not so much luck. The heavy tank going in as a meat shield. Let's see. Taking a lot of fire though from the rocket soldiers and inevitably going to fall. Meeting a very untimely end here. As the barrels just burning out. Husk burning out there. Counter-attack by AMHOL, just not gonna amount to anything. It just doesn't have the manpower to push through, and double flame towers are going to ensure that the fortress is gonna stand strong. Point One should he's gone for the meta double Conyard build, something that has really picked up in popularity, especially after like the likes of Lorry Driver started popularizing this double or triple Conyard, not more. Where you just stay home with your original Conyard, unlike the cheese play that was employed by someone like Gatekeeper, who would move out after building a service depot. It's just you stay home with your first Conyard, you just go for the macro. Just go for actual expansions instead of cheese expansion there. Oh, the rocket soldiers trying to run into a Tesla coil, but there is a massive infantry force backing this up. And King Seanston, aka AMHOL, is gonna scurry it, hightail it out of there. Get the fuck out of town, get the hell out of Dodge. Point One could go more aggressively here with these expansions, could leave his original base untouched and move the Conyard to the right, secure another ore mine for himself. Now we're gonna take a look at the economic situation, because the gem mines are soon gonna start kicking in, and I'm expecting this to be favoring AMHOL. Yes. For the time being, AMHOL is in a fantastic spot. He doesn't have as many assets, I believe. Yeah. Point One is 10k assets ahead because he didn't rush. He didn't go for a sub-pin or something like this. But at the same time, if this keeps scaling up at this rate, then AMHOL is going to be in a fantastic position in a couple minutes. All depends on how much pressure Point One is going to apply here. And we're having the first submarines out for AMHOL, camping for the expansion spots and ensuring that there's no naval presence out of AMHOL, out of Point One. He's still got the mainland as well, and trying to cut down on the oil derricks, cull them one by one. Good choice here. Mass V2 rockets though. Oh, this is gonna be a bit spicy, and there's gonna be a flank. So if Point One doesn't react in time, he's gonna be cut off on this peninsula. This is gonna be painful. And the first Yak is coming online, providing line of sight support for AMHOL. Oh, this is gonna hurt so much. 1, 2, and 3. There goes half the army. Yep, trapped on a peninsula without a chance of escape. Rip Point One's army. He's still got a backup army, you know. He's not been unproductive in the meantime. And he's probably going to pop another Tesla coil in range of those triple flame towers and start applying some actual pressure here. Alright, the Yak is going in and scouting nothing out of the ordinary. Sees that there is still a main base plus an expansion. Oh, that was really good from point one. Sending the ore truck in, whether intentional or not. Sending the ore truck in so it tanks a salvo from the Tesla coil and then deploying his Tesla coil, thus ensuring that his Tesla coil wins the matchup. This is a very bursty matchup if you have 2 Tesla coils. Oh, those are gonna be some brutal V2. No. Point one being on point here with his army movements and predicting the V2s coming in, immediately moving his entire army. Very good conduct here. And this is a huge push out. Look at the minimap. This is AMHOL being forced into a corner. Oh my. Oh boy. This is gonna get a bit spicy. Where is it going though? This army is not going anywhere. This map is too choky to really dick around with your army in the flanks or something like this. The triple V2 rockets. Point one needs to invest into V2s to counter this. Triple V2s, V2 spam is just hard to counter without the appropriate measures, and the appropriate measure being a Yak attack plane. So we're seeing one of the Conyards being targeted. Good flank with the flak trucks here. Could go in deeper. Flak trucks should detach themselves from this army here and just hunt down the V2. He's found the snipe on the Conyard. That's pretty big. There are 4 flame towers, but there is such a massive infantry presence out of point one that he's going to storm AMHOL's Bastille here. He's going to storm the Bastille and actually, holy shit! This is going to be a major setback for AMHOL, who's going to lose his only war factory. He's going to lose his 2 refinery spots. He's going to lose his tech. Double Conyards in peril, both of them probably being undeployed here. Yeah, he's hightailing it out of there, salvaging as many resources as he can there. And this is a full-blown raid by the raiding party by point one. Not going to take any prisoners. A fantastic position for point one to be in. So alright, what's the next step in his plan of attack? He needs to actually stop pumping infantry and start investing into Yak planes, mass airfields, and just be sure that he denies this naval expansion here, or this Corner Island expansion here. There's a tech center, a very ill-fated tech center. It is not going to stand strong for very long. Point one has scouted this. Oh wow, a nuke. He's on tier 3 here. AMHOL is on tier 3, but is nothing else. What can stop point one at this stage? He needs to go for mass Yaks right now, which he's doing. Good stuff. Oh, the transport gets out though, gets out scot-free, delivers another MCV, so there's gonna be 2 MCVs and a massive power shortage for AMHOL. Point one should move in. He could have. Oh, he's letting the transport get away. Should snipe this with the Yaks. They are fully rearmed, at least one of them. And the transport is being super low. The Yak attack planes should go for the transports. It's the best move we can do here. Deny as much as possible. Also, this is such a limited amount of build space here for AMHOL. So, AMHOL completely being confined on the Corner Island. And there are more and more Yaks coming in. Homing in on the Conyard. Going for their attack strafes. There is a SAM site popping. Point one not taking this. Point one. Yeah, just can't break through it at the time being. And triple Conyard survives. Missile Silo survives. And the Iron Curtain is online as well. So this is a weird position for this game to be in. Submarines out of AMHOL completely denying naval access, so point one needs to find another spot. What I would do in his shoes is move a Conyard up here. He's only got 1 Conyard, mind you. The reason for that being that he lost his secondary con, and now he's undeployed his original yard. I don't know, buddy. What he needs to build here is another MCV and mass Yaks. All he really needs. And AMHOL is going for his first Yak now, but it's gonna take him a while. So how you deal with this, how you deal with SAM site spam, is you alpha strike the power, especially in a situation like this, where there is extremely limited amount of build space for AMHOL. You just scout it with maybe a spy plane. You take account of the advanced power plants, and you need roughly, I think, a bit over 2 Yaks to burst the power plant down. And then you build like 10, and you just rally shift-click the advanced power plants of your opponent. There is nothing you can do. The Yaks are gonna swoop in, kill all the power plants, and leave. And it's gonna be the best way of shutting down a base like this. So yeah, he's gotten the right idea here, point 1 that is. Another MCV has been built, very good. He can actually stop building infantry. Infantry is not gonna help him in this situation at all. Alright. Alright, tackling the oil derricks. I mean, it's a source of income, right? So let's check the earnings graph while we're at it. AMHOL is dipped, obviously, from losing all his original bases. Oh, finally. He's got the right idea. Going for the oils here. Or going for the oil barrels to blow up the actual oil derrick. Very good. And point 1. Fantastic spot here. Mass airfields are required. And maybe an iron curtain. Yeah. Tesla coil, maybe like a sub-pen here. Maybe an iron curtain to just ensure that his submarines are coming out. Without getting sniped. But the radar dome is being tackled. A completely unprotected radar dome. A bit of a mistake or misplay if you're asking me, because look at the army, look at the amount of units that point 1 has. Oh, nice flank with the mobile flags though. Just in the path of the attack planes. The mobile flags taking down at least 3 of the Yaks. Very good play. And now we're gonna take a look at the assets, and it's 70k over 40k. So yeah. AMHOL being a bit cocky there. Sub-pen finally being deployed. What we need now is to tier 2 backtake from point 1 and tier 3. He's gonna build... Nope. But he's at least got the... he's got the parabombs ready. So there's that. Mass rocket soldiers coming out for AMHOL as well. He just wants to be safe from Yak strafes. That's it. The most grave danger he's gonna be facing in the next couple of minutes. Because a landing operation is just not feasible. Alright, in comes the spy plane. Going to reveal the location of most of the units of AMHOL. He's also back to tier 3, wow. Okay, he hasn't found the units. Oh, that's a bit unlucky. In comes a badger drop. Probably just going to deliver... No, that was a bad spot. Should have delivered like here. Maybe cut off some of those miners. And the parabombs, a rule of Ukraine, parabombs are always taking the shittiest vector. In they go. Probably not delivering a big payload there. Still enough to kick him into low power. Alright, time for the power snipes to commence. Nope, he's going for the Iron Curtain instead. But AMHOL being on the ball, Iron Curtain is being popped. And no way for now to kill the Iron Curtain. 20 seconds timing out. I would have gone for the power, honestly. Huh. A very interesting situation to be in right now. Point 1 opting for submarines of himself. And what's this here? It's a small raiding party, I'd assume. Okay. Okay. Just a couple rocket soldiers. Nothing too major. Nothing that could inflict any grievous wounds here. And the submarines... One of the flaws with the submarines is being highlighted here. They are not, they're completely incapable of shooting units on beach tiles when they're attacking from the wrong angle. Look at this. Beach tiles completely blocking off the damage from the submarines here. Okay, 1-for-1 trades all across the board. And, finally, those are gonna hit, yeah. Alright. Beach tiles are a bit buggy as of now. There used to be an interesting map on the resource center. It's called Apocalypse Now, which consists of mostly beach tiles, where it looks like a swamp area. It's really well designed. The only unfortunate thing is it doesn't really work or function properly due to the bugginess of beach tiles. I call them Jesus tiles. That's what we call them around here. We call them the Jesus tiles because units tend to just hover over them like Jesus. Oh, and the demo truck for King Seanston. AMHOL, you're savage here. Unfortunately, probably going to run into a Tesla coil. This is scouted first. He's got a couple Yaks to spare, so I would love to see him go for a scouting run before deploying his demo truck there. And the submarines of point 1 are just not able to break out of this little straight. Ah, so annoying. Just as another sub-pen pops, but that means the production queue is reset for the time being. What's the economical situation looking like? Point 1 is in an okay spot. AMHOL, on the other hand, is pretty fucking broke. No big surprise considering he's on basically 1 harvester right now because the other 3 are being blocked off. Alright. And parabombs can play a big factor here. Is, by the way, 5 minutes until the new kids. And there's going to be a demo truck. He is scouted and he's going to run into a big chunk of the army. Alright, let's see how this is going to fare. Prepare yourselves, guys. Prepare yourselves for blast off. Put on your sunglasses. Oh, SPF 3000. We've got the Badgers dispatching of another chunk of units here. Fantastic play. The good old 1-2 punch, using all the support powers and units of Ukraine combined. And by your support powers combined, I am Captain Fuck You. Captain Base Obliteration. Currently no demo track being produced. I mean, it takes a pretty hefty toll here on the production capabilities of AMHOL because it's just so broke. Still on 1 harvester. What are the other slackers doing? Oh, finally. You finally must have noticed. Okay. And this match is turning real weird real quick here. So point 1's newly found expansion here is going to get tackled by a couple Yaks. I'm surprised he's deployed Tesla coils because there is no way in hell that AMHOL would have the economical strength to go for a mass ground army. So I would much rather go for SAM sites at this stage of the game. And the Conyard is probably going to fall. Yes! The single rocket soldier from the paradrop takes it out just in time. A big victory here for AMHOL. Stopping point 1 from taking this expansion, forcing him to move out with the other construction vehicle. And still no tier 3 for point 1. Also having his rocket soldiers frozen mid-animation. Sometimes happens if they lose track of the target. Looks pretty funny though. It reveals that they've got black boots, which you otherwise wouldn't see. Small minor details there. Point 1 finally pushing forward with his subs. He's finally managed to push himself out of this straight tier. And we've gotten mass Yaks. 7 Yaks are coming in hot. And still no anti-air for point 1. Why? Attacking an empty transport. That's not going to help him much. But he's okay, the Raider is the next victim here. Raider Dome falling, and that's another annoying setback here. Point 1 has always deployed those Raider Domes where there was no anti-air. Weird choice. Look at the anti-air coverage, and there's another demo truck out for AMHOL. Look at AMHOL's SAM site coverage. Pretty much covering every conceivable angle. Meanwhile, oh, the Iron Curtain firing just in time for the transport to be safe from those from the submarines. Can he find the snipe on this blob here? This would be huge. No, he's going south instead. Opting to go south. And in come the Yaks. They're closing the gap, have sniffed this out. So sacrificing 3 Yaks to kill a demo truck. Slightly in favor of AMHOL again. Could have been way worse. Could have sniped this entire army. And down goes the sub-pen. So for now, he needs to make do with the transporters he's got. Oh, AMHOL has managed to squeeze out a last single sub, which is going to go to town here. Wait, there must have been another demo. Holy shit, I didn't notice. How did this get there? Now even trying to tackle the Conyard. Is there enough ammo left in the tank? Yes, there is. The ammo bays are just filled enough to the brim to snipe another Conyard, and now we've gotten ourselves an interesting situation. How many Conyards is point 1 on? He's on a single Conyard. If this gets sniped and the service depot falls at the same time, then we're gonna be in for a world of hurt. Oh, parabombs sniping at least two Yaks on the airfields, also killing an ore truck. Poor innocent ore truck. And point 1, just not making use of his assets. What he should do at this stage of the game is go for nuke trucks himself. He knows that there is such a vulnerable base here. He knows that there is such limited build space. Everything is so confined here. All he needs to do is get 1 or 2 demo trucks in. Oh! Oh wow! The demolition truck undeploys just in time, blowing up another submarine of his own. So yeah, another even trade here. Could have gone worse. But nice demo truck play from AMHOL. Another one south. He is producing those on standby. He doesn't have a transport for the time being, so that's super risky. Because the... Oh, there's a nuke coming out. AMHOL targeting the service depot. Very good choice here. Alright, and he's got a massive swarm of the Pigeons of War. Pigeons of War coming in, targeting the war factory. The entire army is out of position. Very good predictive maneuver from point 1, because he knew that the army was basically free for nukes. So he moved them out of the way. Oh wow. Very good retargeting here. AMHOL retaining most of the arcs, losing like 2. And that means that point 1 is still on 2 cone yards. He's transitioned into missile subs here. Alright. Alright, things are starting to get spicy. First missile sub taking its toll on an infantry. He must be floating. He must be floating like mad, yeah. Point 1 is on 10k float. If we're checking the earnings graph, it's just that point 1 has more mines to work with. But in comes another demo truck. This is one of the most obnoxious playstyles to go up against, where an opponent isn't playing to win, he's playing to annoy you as much as humanly possible. Okay, in comes another Iron Curtain, and we've got 2 missile submarines already. This is pretty deadly. What's he gonna find here? Probably going for the radar dome. There's a flame tower being deployed, but it's not a Tesla coil. Alright, very good, very good. Taking down the radar dome again, keeping down the tech, keeping the tech count low, and in swoops the flock of Pigeons of War. They've got enough left in the tank to kill the war factory once again. Once again, point 1 being relegated to infantry production. So annoying. The missile subs are trying their best. Ooh. Did a good chunk of damage there, but finally AMHOL has found his mark. Nah. Alright. Missile subs I just don't think are the proper answer. They've got anti-air, but the problem is, wow, the friendly fire. The problem is that despite them having anti-air, it's really unreliable because it's very slow. And a single regular submarine out of AMHOL is going to take down a second submarine. Huh? No, AMHOL deciding not to go for it. Man, sub versus sub engagements are so cutthroat because one salvo kills pretty much everything. Pop, pop, pop. Two submarines dealing with all the missile subs out of point 1, and he's made a big mistake by deploying all his sub pens in this little strait here, because he needs to funnel all his submarines through, which has cost him many a submarine. Many a missile sub. Oh, and now we're seeing AMHOL playing cleanup and killing all the refineries. One of the most obnoxious things he could do. And I'm just questioning the unit choices here for point 1. He's gone for MiGs. MiGs are not doing much in a situation like this. Power snipes, the power is being targeted. This is something that point 1 should have done. And we're probably going to see an Allahu Yakbar. How good is it going to be? We're going to rate it. Allahu Yakbar! Ha ha ha! And the only thing that prevents more casualties from happening is this rock here, which prevented them from clustering up too much. Yeah, just no real answer here for point 1. He really should have gone for a power snipe. He should have gone for a contain. He should have gone for anything except for a ground-based army, which is what he did. Here is the Iron Curtain onto the submarine out of point 1. Going to clean shop here. Going to once and for all settle the naval dispute here between Ukraine and well, and Crimea, I guess. Is it a Ukraine versus Crimea match, or is this joke too soon to be made? It's never too soon for bad jokes. Alright, that is AMHOL taking back the naval dominance here. He's also parked another demo truck here. probably just waiting for a transport to pop up. The pop-up transport is going to ruin someone's day here. MiG attack planes, not the right choice in this situation. Should have been going for a very different composition. Should have gone for a mass Pigeons of War, because they're just, you know, MiGs have sustained damage. Oh, the danger close Ukrainian Postal Delivery Service. Holy shit. And all he needs to do now is tackle the entire base. He can do this easily. Instead opting for the cleanup on the refineries. Oh my god. Is he really pulling this back? Is AMHOL really taking it with nothing but a Yak fleet? Versus a massive economical advantage here. Versus a massive regular meta blob. Just looks like this. Looks like just that is happening right here. Okay, he's going back in. Very good. Not losing a single Yak. Very good conduct. Many of those Yaks being in the red after taking 2 or 3 hits, but none of the Yaks actually going down. One thing that's really annoying for AMHOL, the build space is so limited. I think he can't fit any more airfields. Maybe one here. Maybe another 1 or 2. No, it's outside of the build radius, but he would have to kill the civilian buildings to make more space. And also move his Conyard. Also, just 3 minutes until another nuke is gonna hit. We're having a... Yeah! There we go. There she goes. The transport. Invincible transport. Delivering a demo truck. Just in time for the mobile flags to witness the destruction. And the Pigeons of War. They're on a war path here. They're trying... the Iron Curtain transport trying to soak as much fire as possible. Very good. Targeting the SAM site next. What's next on the menu? It's the power. Complete power shutdown. And here's the quit out of point 1. Point 1 legitimately losing this game after being super ahead for 90% of the time. What happened there? He just didn't have an answer to the Pigeons of War. He was too stingy to invest into SAM sites, instead invested into a static meta blob consisting of mixed infantry and heavy tanks, which just didn't do anything. Very creative play out of AMHOL, just staying back on his tier 3, letting the nuke timer work for him, letting the Iron Curtain work for him, and just completely fortifying the island. And point 1 never made any real effort or attempt of busting this. So yeah, very well deserved, a very good comeback and very well deserved victory here for AMHOL. Point 1 should have just invested into more Yaks. The MiGs did nothing, the missile subs did nothing. Also a bit of a strategical mistake deploying your naval yards here in this, because they need to pass this narrow strait. Should have gone for like here maybe, and he could have fortified with Tesla coils to protect from AMHOL subs. Also should have gone for a contain instead of just trying to get more of the same. Trying to instead of establishing himself on the mainland, should have gone for a power snipe. You know, alpha strikes on the power are super powerful, especially versus Soviets, because as Soviets, obviously, well, as allies, it's not as detrimental, because the pillboxes are still going to do their job without power. But Tesla coils, on the other hand, very power reliant, as we all know and love about this game. Anyway, fantastic game. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. 5 Aces out.
Battle control terminated.